everyone. Welcome into Halftime Live. Amy Fadool, Ray Didinger, who, of course, is always taking copious notes. And Ray, one half in the books. It's the preseason opener. I know we're not going to see, the starters for a long time, but we did see Jalen Hurts out there for 2 series. He looked good at times. There was that great pass to Dallas Goedert, the big pickup, 30-plus yards, 3 for 7, 54 yards. He did have that one scramble, but a couple of drops in there. Still seeing, kind of the timing work out for him?
Yeah, I think that's probably about right. I think that's only had the 2 possessions. There's a part of you that wishes he could play more.
Exactly.
I kind of wanted to see
give him another rhythm.
Give him another series. Give him another series, but. Very often it's dictated by the offensive line, and they changed out the offensive line, and I don't think they wanted to put him out behind the backup offensive lineman. So once the starting offensive line came out, the quarterback came out, which is okay. I kind of get that, but he did a couple things. He did a couple things well. The pass to Goddard was a really nice throw. I mean, that's when we were talking in pregame about the kind of throws that he's going to have to learn to make on a consistent basis. That's really one of them. Yeah. Is that outcut by the tight end, throwing the ball on time, accurate. It's that's the kind of throw that he really has to work on, that he really has to develop, and he's able to make on a consistent basis. He did there. That was good. There was another time that when the Steelers came with some heavy pressure and he got out of the pocket, and he saw that there was no play to be made, so he just threw the ball away. That's again.
Those are good signs, right?
Sure, a good sign. I mean, that's the kind of growth that you're looking for in a young quarterback, that he's not trying to force the play and make the big mistake that turns it over. He realized that the play was over, so he just threw it away and plays the next down. So it's only 2 series, it's only 2 possessions, but he looked pretty comfortable out there. And and then Joe Flacco comes in and makes on the first series, it's a really nice adjustment on Flacco's possession, because he checks out of the play. Right. The play is not really designed to beat a quiz, but he kind of sees the way the defense is. He sees the opportunity there to the man in the slot, gives them the pass, some nice blocking, and then Quiz Watkins does the rest.
Yeah, turned on the burners there. He smoked everybody. Steelers guy is not going to want to see that play for a long time because he got smoked. But
now Trey Norwood's not,
exactly.
He's
no slow guy.
He's not a slow guy, but he made him look slow, and it was really good. I mean, that's the kind of thing that a veteran quarterback just sees. Here's my opportunity. Get the ball out to my fast receiver. Let him try and make a play. And they executed it really, really well. Turns into a 79-yard touchdown. Yeah,
we were talking in here. This is probably the most that Joe Flacco's played in the preseason in a long while. But he's certainly been around the league. We know he's obviously the Super Bowl champ, Super Bowl MVP. But Jalen Hurts can learn a lot by watching a guy like Joe Flacco, who makes veteran decisions like that. Like, okay, this is what the defense is giving me. I'm not running with this play. I know I've got the guy out here in the slot, or I've got a dump pass. We've seen him kind of really check out of a lot and have these little dump passes that then turn into positive yardage. Can Jalen Hurts really take something away from having a guy like Joe Flacco on this team with him?
Sure. I think that's one of the reasons why I thought it was a good signing. Yeah. To have a guy who has played in the league as long as Joe has been kind of in every situation. He's been with good teams. He's been with bad teams. He's played in the postseason. He's won a Super Bowl. He's kind of been there, done that. And so there's a lot of that stuff that he can just kind of talk Jalen through. Jalen's played in a lot of big games, but they were in college. I mean, now it's a whole different ball game. And we know from experience that it's not going to be smooth sailing for Jalen Hurts. He's going to have good days. He's going to have some tough times. Right. And it's always good to have, the coaches are there to help you through that, but there's nothing quite like having your teammate who can, and a guy who's actually been in your position, they can just say, listen, don't worry about it. Let's go back and look at the tape again. Here's the throw you should have made. Here's the read you should have made. And just kind of talk you through that part of your growth. And I think that Flacco's really good at that. One of the things that's probably worth mentioning before we move on from Hurts is how close he came to hitting that 9 route.
Yes.
Yeah, that was because there's been...
barely.
It was just barely.
Yeah.
And it's a good call by Nick Sirianni calling the deep shot out of there.
Yeah, so this is when they were in the end zone.
Right.
And he airs it out. It's just a little bit more, maybe not as much, you get amped up or whatever, had a little too much air on the ball.
One stride is really all it's off. But I think
I love the play call.
Yeah, I did too. And it was an aggressive play call. It was a smart play call. He got You know, he got the look that he was looking for. You know, he'd get one-on-one coverage on the outside with a really fast receiver. Take a shot.
Yeah, why not?
You know, take a shot. And I think what that showed you is the questions that have been asked about, Jesus, is Jalen Hurts have a good enough arm?
Yep.
Well, you saw on that one that he can get it down the field. He just needs, it's the other throws, it's the underneath throws, it's the timing throws, the intermediate stuff that he really kind of has to develop. But I mean, the one drive, I mean, if Zach Ertz catches that ball, which he should have done,
absolutely.
you know, you got another whole set of downs and you don't know what could have happened.
Yeah, probably another touchdown, I
Sure.
would think, coming at that point. Before we wrap up, I do want to say Brandon Brooks actually started in this game, played very limited, but how good was that to see? Here's a guy that hasn't played in 18 plus months.
Yeah, very good sign.
Yeah.
Very good sign, because if this team's going to surprise people and be a pretty good team, it's really going to have to start at the line of scrimmage. I mean, we're all focusing on the quarterback, but he's dependent on the play of his offensive line. And getting Brooks back, getting Johnson back, you know, getting Sayamalu back at some point, and getting those guys playing together, that's going to be a big part of it. By the way, one of the things that we shouldn't finish halftime without mentioning is Jake Elliott hits 3 long field goals.
I mean, 50-yarder just before the half.
47, 47, 50.
I mean,
and,
those are
you know,
huge.
listen, after last year, it was fair to ask some questions about,
100%.
is he really our kicker?
Yeah.
And it's just one night, but this is a very encouraging start for him.
Yeah, there was times where he would, you know, chip shots that you were in question of like, oh, is that going in? And sometimes they didn't. So that is also a good sign. It is one half in the books of the preseason opener. We've got coming up the rest of the game. And of course, Ray and I will be along with Barrett Brooks and Seth Joyner for Eagles postgame. We'll see you then. Thanks for joining us here on Halftime Live.